let's quickly move over to Edo State, where we have the Deputy Governor of the state, Philip Shaibu, joining us, speaking on behalf of the Governor of the state. Thank you very much, Shaibu, for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Quite a long time to have you. Well, I had already prepared to have the governor and also to ask him questions as an aspirant, because we cannot say that you are his running mate now. The primaries are yet to be held. So I do not know the kind of questions that we will ask you. But at this moment, let's begin with the issue of those who went to purchase form for him on Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, we're very excited to see that while we are preparing here to go and buy a form, and some persons already in Abuja were already thinking alike with us, and before we could know, they beat us to it to go and take the form on Mr. Governor's behalf. And for us, it was very well received, and we're happy that that was done by them. It shows the commitment. It shows that they are following up what is happening at home, and they are happy with it. And that is why. And I saw the chief on TV yesterday. You can see he's not a politician, and he spoke like an ordinary person that is just interested in what is happening in the state. Unlike if it was a politician you have there yesterday, you know how he will have been speaking, tried to get things, spent everything. But it was just real. It was just himself, just expressing himself of what he wants Edo to be. And I was excited when he mentioned education. He spoke about when he was in school and what eventually happened. And he also spoke about what we are doing in Edo State, Edo Best, which make our students today to be technological. We have a technological-driven education in Edo State. Edo Best is one program that is a success story in Edo. That is where a primary one pupils in his first and second term, he can read and write, and there's an attraction to learning in our various schools, and our public schools are even much better now than the private schools. And we have our enrollment level has gone so high that we have to start increasing the number of classes so that to maintain the international standard of having fewer students in class. So for us, I was particularly excited about that point he made about education, because that is the heart of it all. An educated society, obviously, will be a productive society. So, and he spoke about infrastructure. Infrastructure is a given. For us, infrastructure is a given, because our dream for Edo State is to make Edo State hub for almost everything. Hub for transportation, which it is presently. Hub as far as electricity is concerned, because for us in Edo State, we believe, just like the Bible says, seek first the kingdom of God, and every other thing we added. For us in Edo State, we believe seek power, that is electricity first. Every other economic indices will come in. And that is why the Azura power plant, the Osiomo power plant are all here. So Edo will be a hub for power. Edo will be a hub for industry. Edo being a hub, just like we are planning now post-COVID, to be a food basket of the country post-COVID. So for us in Edo, it's about governance. It's about the future of our state. It's about the future of our children. It's about security. We have abolished thuggery. We have abolished agberoism. And we are turning Edo to be a civilized state that it ought to be. And it doesn't go well with many, especially somebody like Comrade Adazoli Oshomole. It doesn't go well with him, because we know what the characters that are with him over there now are the same people we have at law in Edo State. And that is what is causing the crisis in Edo. We are saying that we must move on. We must be a state that is civilized. And our people are civilized. We cannot have the few people that want to create an image that is not an Edo image. And that is where we are today. So I'm happy and excited, and I'm thankful to those Edo indigenes and people that came together in Abuja to buy from. Though some persons here, a lot of people are not happy here that they beat them to it. The market women are here. The other civil societies are here. Even the Nigerian Labour Congress and TUC, they are all here saying that, we already started gathering. The speaker yesterday spoke to me and said, we already started gathering money to go and buy this form, but this guy beat us to it. So it shows that we have a governor that is doing the will of the people, and that is what we stand for.
Okay. Now, for the Governor Godwin Obaseki to have strong trust that you can speak for him on the program tonight, that means I will have to ask you some questions, which I had prepared for the aspirants. If not that he called me very, very late. Now, let's go over to find out from you. The governor there are those who feels that he is not worthy to come back as a second term. Does it mean he is battling with forces from the national body of the party? Is it that his fate is hanging in the balance at this moment?
He's not battling with the national leadership of the party. He's battling with Adams Aliyu Oshomole.
That's the national chairman.
We need to separate this. There's difference between Adams Oshomole's interests and the National Working Committee. The National Working Committee have no problem with Adams Aliyu Oshomole. With the Governor Obaseki. But Oshomole has his own problem with Governor Obaseki. I took my time. I without anything, asked people of well-meaning Nigerians to preside over reconciliation, to ask Comrade what the issues were. The more we try to settle, the more Comrade will bring out a surprise. He asked us to visit him in his house. I was staying in his house for the purpose of peace. I have my house close to him, but I left my house to be staying in his house so that we can bring both the governor and him together. We were pleading with him, pleading with the governor. At the end of the day, what happened? Each time the governor goes for reconciliation to know what the issues are, Comrade will tell us there's no issue. And the next day, he will spring a surprise. And for us, we got tired of it and said, look, we want to move forward. We want Edo to move forward. Because we started this project in 2006 when we all came together to support Comrade to be governor. Comrade was not interested in being governor. We were the ones that said he should come and contest. I sacrificed my work in Abuja, coming to and fro, to make sure we organize the system. Because I was in politics before Comrade. I contested the election under AMPP in 2003. And I have my structure already in place. And we brought him in to come and contest. While we were doing the groundwork here, the present governor was mobilizing funds with his friends to make sure that Comrade succeed. So we believe in him. We believe that we needed a fighter. We needed somebody that can come to change the system. Because at that time, the system was just collapsing. And that was how we came in. And all of us brought everything together to support Comrade. And what was the vision? The vision was that we want the people to lead. We want Edo State to be a state that everybody take ownership. We want an Edo State that no one man can determine the fate of an individual. A poor man, a village man, a mechanic child, a farmer's child can be what he wants to be. And on that platform, we supported Comrade Adams Aliyu Oshomole. I would have lost my life. I threw my children out of the fence. When they say Yamo and Co. led talks to destroy, to assassinate some of us, including me, during the Oshomole's time, we stood our ground to say we want a change. The era of Togri must go. All of us. Its Comrade did not become governor because he was a superstar. It was because all of us believed we needed a change. And what was that change? We need the people to lead. We want an Edo State that there will be peace. We want an Edo State where Agberos will not be blocking you on the street. We want an Edo State where children will not be learning under the mango tree. We want an Edo State where erosion will not be carrying children from their houses like it used to be. When there's rain, I'm sure in your TV, if you go to archive, you see those days when there's rain, timeline, the flood will enter into people's house and carry children out of their houses. It was shown. And this was what we said we didn't want, and we brought in Comrade. All of us. Comrade didn't have money to contest election. Even when he was approached, he said he didn't have money, and this governor said, Comrade, forget about if it is money. We outside Edo State have money. God has blessed us. We can bring our resources together to make it. And Comrade alluded to the fact, Comrade has spoke to these things in several occasions. Even in our second anniversary, Comrade thanked this governor again for being with him and for being somebody that raised funds for him to become a governor. And for us, we succeeded. We succeeded in putting these people where they belong. And what was the next? Governor Obaseki came in. What was he coming to do? To take governance to the next level. And what was the next level? The red roof that Comrade built cannot be a school without the content inside. And what was the content that this governor brought? He brought in technology and he brought in Edo Best. And that is what has turned those red roofs that he built. Comrade built the red roof. We have brought in technology and we have brought in the content which everybody is celebrating. Today, a child in Edo State can read and write from primary, first term in primary 1. Before now, it was just red roof, which we thank Comrade for. We were part of that revolution. We were part of it. They said he was building roads to nowhere at that time. Today, those roads they said was to nowhere. What has Obaseki done? Obaseki have turned those areas to an agrarian area where we are hoping now that will be the food basket of this country post-COVID-19.
Okay.
So what have I done wrong? For me, Comrade is my father, is remain my father. I refuse to follow him because I decided that I must take the destiny in my hand. What is his destiny? Comrade told us that we must support a crusade that will not allow one man to dictate. Comrade in this country, launch one man, one vote. Comrade launch a fight, a crusade in this state where IBB and the rest came. Who was that man we were fighting? A cabal led by the late Chief Aneni in this state, and we all supported him. Ezeyamo was on the other side. Ezeyamo did not know how Comrade became governor of Edo State. 2 weeks to the election, Ezeyamo was in one camp in Lagos. I don't want to mention that camp because I respect.
Sorry, can I ask you a question? The fact that I'm a journalist, I still monitor. Sorry. Deputy Governor, sorry. The fact that I'm a journalist, I monitored elections that saw Comrade Adams Oshiomhole become governor the first time. Isayamu was with him. And the second time, I don't know, I was already in Abuja at that time. So, but as it stands now, I would like... You said?
Ezeyamo, I wrote the mission statement of Grace Group. Ezeyamo hijacked Grace Group from us, though it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, Grace Group metamorphosed into ACN. AC before ACN. Ezeyamo was part of that Grace Group. Ezeyamo was not around when our election in 2007 held. Ezeyamo was in one camp. I was the coordinator. We were the coordinator of Oshiomhole's campaign then. He was not around during the election. He was, I said, 2 weeks to the time. He went underground. The EFCC were looking for him.
Okay.
That was what happened that time. EFCC was on his trail and he went to hide in one camp in Lagos. I don't want to mention the church, but in one camp in Lagos. So when I'm talking facts. I'm not here to talk about somebody, to reduce anybody, but I'm here to drop the facts as it is.
All right, let's now go to what is happening today. You have your side of the faction of your party in Edo State already said they would rather prefer indirect primaries, and the faction of the Adams Oshiomhole, people who are loyal to him, are saying let me not use those even loyal to him. I saw a statement, not an official statement. I saw a report where they said the APC National has already taken a decision that a Edo election will be indirect. So what is it that you are rooting for direct primaries and they still feels that indirect, you are rooting for indirect primaries, they feel that direct primaries is the best way. Are you afraid of going to the polls with them for the direct primaries?
Let me tell you, Ijoma, the governor of Edo State is not only on ground, it's with his people. Both all strata, whether the artisan or the top class, is with them. The issue of direct or indirect primaries, let me tell you, we know Comrade Adams Oshiomhole. I have a relationship that spans over 40 years with him. We know him. And I'm telling you, Ejoma, Adam Soshomole have written the result even before the election.
Really? Is that an allegation, or you are just saying a statement of fact?
I am telling you because we know him. You may not know him. We know him. Understand? Why we are saying no to direct is that this is the plan. They will bring in people that we don't understand. They will create some problems, and the person will escape from nowhere back to Abuja, and they will announce results just like he did in the last election. What he did in Imo is what he wants to repeat here. And we are saying no, because the easiest way, he is the man that always preached that he believed that the organs of the party must be allowed to function. Now, the organs of the party at the ward level are, say, indirect. The organ of the party at the local government are, say, indirect. The organ of the party at the state level are, say, indirect. What is now wrong with his ideology of strengthening the organ of the party at the state level and at the ward level? You can't speak from both sides. For us, let us all meet. He has the membership, the delegate list. He should come. Let's have the delegate to come and vote. So why is he afraid?
Now, which delegates? Pastor Isayamu made a statement yesterday, and which I know that's what happens with political parties. You are supposed to hold a delegate election prior to the primaries, and I don't think your party held a delegate election. Or are you going to use just the statutory delegates to conduct the primaries?
You see, that is the problem when you jump from one party to the other. When you become a prostitute, ambition drives you as against the people. That is what happened. Ezeyamo should look at our constitution. He's quoting the constitution of PDP because he wake up, his dream, he sleeps, everything about him is PDP. I am not even criticizing PDP. I'm criticizing him as an individual. Him as an individual, he is somebody that does not have value. If you don't have value for yourself, you can't have value for others. Somebody that... No,
sorry, I think for a point of correction, I didn't want to cut you off, Deputy Governor, but when you called someone... Can you hear me? I think it is... I take exception to the statement where you said you referred him as a prostitute. That name is not even airworthy to start with, for you to call somebody that kind of... And he also said, sorry, I am not trying to argue with you. He said he is one of the drafters of that constitution you are holding.
Ijoma, I will draw the word prostitute, but in politics, those that jump from party to party, their nickname is prostitution. They use prostitute. They use the word prostitute. So that is the word they use for people like that. So for the purpose of the audience, I will draw that one. But one thing is, when you jump from party to party, that is the acronym they give you. But that is not the issue now. The issue is that he is quoting the constitution of PDP, not the constitution of APC. And that is what happened to people that jump from party to party. Because when you are even campaigning, you will be forgotten, you will be mentioning the other party as against your party. It happened to me in my local government when one of our House of Assembly candidates would have said, come address the people. He said PDP, because he just left PDP to join APC. You understand? So that is what happens. So he is quoting the constitution of PDP. In APC, we have statutory delegates. And in our constitution is clear, is there. And those statutory delegates, if you go to INEC, they are there. If you go to the National Secretariat, the names are there. Why is he running from them if he does not have his own hidden agenda? And his hidden agenda is that whether we participate or not, he will write a result, and the easiest way to write it is direct primaries. And for God's sake, if they really mean well for our people, this era of this pandemic is one critical thing. If you see, we've been very silent. I have not spoken about this politics for a long time because Mr. Governor asked us to lock the politics in one bedroom, and we should not mix it with the COVID-19 that is happening now. But they've been forcing us to come out to speak. And that is why we have to come out to now speak, because it's getting close. For us in Edo, whether it is direct or indirect, we will defeat them anytime. But the issue is the direct primary has its consequence, because he already have his result. He already have the result for direct primaries. Whereas For us, the health of our people is more than our ambition.
Okay.
That is another thing that we have to look at.
All right. Okay. Now let me quickly look. Some chairmen spoke yesterday, and they spoke on the character of Izayamu. And just today, another set of chairmen who said they are the genuine local government chairmen of the APC in Edo State are still speaking. Let's listen to them. When I come back, you just take a quick listen to what they will say. Then when we return, you will have to deal with that.
The question to ask is this: is Ben Ogumu aware that the chairman of Boko Ward 5 in Oromo local government issued membership card to Pastor Izayamu? Unfortunately for the governor and his ilk, Pastor Izayamu also had the foresight to do an online registration on the membership portal of APC in accordance with Article 9, Section 1, Subsection 2 of the APC Constitution. The responsibility to validate online registration lies solely with the National Working Committee. This, of course, is beyond the comprehension of those who claim Pastor Izayamu is not a member of APC. The question I want to ask at this point is this: why is Governor Obaseki so afraid of Pastor Izayamu? Here is a man, a city governor, who claimed to have done exceedingly very well, to the extent that the second term has become so earned, has become so deserved and non-negotiable. If you have convinced yourself that you have done extremely very well, this is the time for you to subject yourself to direct primaries, so that the ordinary party man in APC could come forward to appreciate you and show you gratitude and commendation for a job well done.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Deputy Governor. You just heard what he said there, that why is Obaseki afraid of Izayamu? Is Obaseki afraid of Izayamu?
Obaseki be afraid of Pastor Izayamu. This election is just between Obaseki and and Oshomole. Not Izayamu. Izayamu is not qualified to even contest election. It's not about him. Izayamu should go and face his 700 million EFCC case with the Dasuki Gate. He's one of them. So he's not even qualified. It's not about him. He is not. Izayamu is not consequential in this election. The election is between Oshomole and Obaseki. And because Oshomole is looking for a third term through another platform. He thought he can get third term through Obaseki. He didn't get it. He's looking for third term from another platform. That is not the issue. The issue is the man that just spoke. I told you there's no faction in Edo State. And Edo State cannot be like Zamfara, where 2 congresses were conducted. In Edo, 1 congress was conducted, and the man that just spoke to you won his election as vice chairman Edo Central. He is the vice chairman of Edo Central. Go and check INEX record. Go and check the national record. He is the vice chairman, state vice chairman of APC. The man that just spoke to you that is now claiming to be the chairman of the party, and the court of competent jurisdiction that have already outlawed him. He remains the vice chairman of the party at the state level. Aslem is the chairman. So that's why when the media say faction, there's no faction, because we had a congress that brought in Aslem as chairman and brought in Imose, Colonel Imose is his name, as vice chairman Edo Central. So how can you have a faction when a vice chairman is there and he won in the election and his name is there? If we have to do indirect primaries, he will be voting as vice chairman, not as chairman. So there is only one party, and they know. You see, when you get yourself involved in, when you lie, you will be looking for more lies to cover lies. And I'm sure that these people are just, they don't want to deceive people. And for us, we will not accept that. And that is why we continue to drop the message to our people that, look, don't listen to them. And nonetheless, our people know them. If you come to the street of Benin, go to the street of Fishan, go to the street of Esako, the people know us. Colonel Muse, where is his chairman? His ward chairman, where is he? He should answer where is his ward chairman? Where is Ezeyamu's ward chairman? Where is Oshomole's ward chairman? So if we talk about who is on ground, we are on ground. The same way we rally support to make Oshomole governor, and we also use our energy, use everything that we have to sustain him for 8 years. It's the same will we still have to sustain Obaseki because he's doing well. This is a governor in the history of Edo State can travel to Abuja, travel to anywhere and hand over leadership to me, his deputy governor, because he has nothing to hide.
Just like he has handed over his voice to you now to speak for him.
Yes, the books of the state are open. This is a man that does not have anything to hide. A commissioner can preside over anything.
Okay, so if you have this kind of confidence in your governor, how come you are not ready for direct primaries? Can you submit yourself to direct primaries in Edo State?
See, if we want us to subject ourselves to direct primary, Oshomole have to step aside. Oshomole have to step aside. And if Oshomole let President Buhari and the governors set a team to come to Edo State without Oshomole that is a contestant presiding, because Oshomole is a contestant in this battle, is a contestant. So Oshomole cannot be a judge in this case. That's what they always say. So he cannot be an umpire when he's a contestant. And that is what we are saying. Oshomole is contesting with Obaseki, not these other guys.
But he wasn't the one that went to purchase the nomination form.
A father of a house, we asked that they should come and put fire in his own house. Oshomole organized a parallel group called EPM, which is alien to our constitution, which is against our constitution. He is the leader of EPM in Edo State, and our constitution forbids it. So the election is not with Ezeyamu. The election is Obaseki and Oshomole.
Well, I asked the question. Oshomole didn't purchase form to contest as the primaries. It was Ezeyamu that they purchased form. And is Oshomole an aspirant? Is he running side by side the governor?
Oshomole, I don't know his expectation. He wanted to have a top 10 through Obaseki. He didn't get it. And at the end of the day, from day one, from second year in this government, he constituted APM and started saying they'll give Obaseki unbody treatment.
All right.
That's what started all these things. Okay. And let me tell you one thing, Ijoma.
All right.
For us, we are ready for election. Okay. The people on the street are ready for election. I can tell you that Obaseki is popular. Is in the heart of every well-meaning Edolite, both home and abroad. And that has resulted to people, that chief that I saw on TV yesterday, I've never met him, I don't know him, but they gathered together to buy a form for him. Okay. And for us, we have decided that Obaseki will stand, not on Oshomole. If Oshomole cannot get top 10, he is the one that led us to that fight. He led us to say, no one man can determine the future of anybody in this state.
All right.
And he can place himself. He cannot be the new godfather in town.
All right. Philip Shaibu, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, this is the most we can take. I hope that I will be speaking with the governor sometime very, very soon. Edo people are waiting to hear their governor talk to them. A lot of them have been reacting. I have so many messages here. They are not happy that they didn't see the governor on air. They wanted him to be on air. But we hope that whatever kept him out on air today will not be an obstacle before us next time. I want to thank you very much for coming on the show.
The problem is that as we speak now, the governor is in a cell of Obasanjo, is dealing with the issue of COVID-19. The slide, we want to flatten this slide by all means.
I thought you are the chairman of that committee, that you're supposed to be in Stella Obasanjo.
Chairman of the technical committee, and he's the chairman of the task force, and he's holding meeting with us as we speak. He's there. Our election is not greater than the life of our people. Our people's life is more important. Not like them that will be holding rallies while the pandemic is all over.
Okay, thank you very much, Philip Shaibu, the Deputy Governor of Edo State. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right.